You may be seated. Our- we're now going to have the color guard provided by the Veterans Village of San Diego, followed by the national anthem. And she should remain standing.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, and be seated, please. Good morning. My name is Scott Rood. I'm the president of Coleman University, and welcome to the Fall 2014 graduation ceremony. We know that you're here to see your graduates today, so we're going to make most of the focus on them. Graduation is a special day, though. Many hours of dedicated hard work goes into this point. You've been challenged, been held to standards, held to deadlines, and basically been put through the ringer. And of course, we've been trying to prepare you to become a valuable member of the workforce in your given field. Our overall goal has been to teach you how to learn, how to think about possibilities, and how to have an open mind. Remember, minds are like parachutes. They only function when they're open. We encourage you to go out there and make your mark on the world. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of trying new things. And don't be afraid to be different and true to yourself. In addition to the technical skills we have taught you, we've also taught you problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, and communication skills that will help you in every facet of your life. That's why people say that education is the one thing can never be taken away from you. I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker today. His name is Mike Mayer. I've known Mike for, 20-some years. Mike graduated from the Institute for Certification of Computer Professionals, which is now Coleman University. That's the first name that this college had. He graduated in 1964, and he's been on the Coleman Board of Trustees. He was there for about 15 years, back in the 90s, etc. And he's had a pretty impressive career in the field, so I'm going to introduce Mike and let him tell you about it.
morning, faculty, staff, guests, and especially Coleman University graduates. Congratulations to all of you. Now, as Scott mentioned, I am a graduate of Coleman University. However, way back then, it wasn't actually called Coleman University. It wasn't called Coleman College. The real name for it was Automation Institute, and that was back in '64 when I started here, quite a while ago. Let me tell you about getting into computers in those days. I didn't know anything about computers back then, unlike today where a lot of you have grown up with computers. In fact, let me draw an analogy to that. About a month and a half ago, I was in the Verizon store. My wife wanted to get an iPhone. And as you know, in the Verizon store, they have all those iPads, tablets, Galaxies, all that stuff there with wires on them, and people can come and practice with them. Just an observation, there was a lady came in with her 2 children, and I would say they're walking, but not quite in school yet, so like 4 years old, something like that. They went right up to one of those tablets or iPads and started, within 15 seconds, they're playing games on them. Now, let me draw a contrast. Like I said, I didn't grow up with computers, and most of the generation, my generation, and older than that, also didn't grow up with computers. So, I was on a cruise just recently, and on that cruise, in one of the rooms, like the library, there were 10 workstations, so laptops set up for people to come and use them. On that boat, they weren't in use, but here's why. The average age on that boat was about 105. And, we didn't grow up. In fact, I got to tell you something about 105. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. I'm going to tell you my mom, who's 90, her favorite joke. You're going to like this. Don't stop me if you've heard it. Here we go. These 2 couples, they're in their late 80s, early 90s. They get together every Saturday night for dinner at each other's house. One of the particular Saturdays after dinner, they're done with dinner, the wives got up and they're taking the dishes into the kitchen, and the 2 men are sitting there talking, and the one guy says to the other, says, we went to this great restaurant this past week. The food was great and the prices were good. It was really good. And the other guy says, so what was the name of it? And he says, let's see. What do you call that flower? It's usually red, and the stem has thorns on it. And the other guy says a rose. Right. So he yells into the kitchen, "Hey Rose, what was the name of that restaurant we went to?" Now, today, so lighten up a little bit. This is a nice day out here. Today there's 120 of you graduating. I want to contrast that with my class. I started in '64 at the college. There were 8 of us, and we started out in those days learning what they call tab equipment. Some of you real old timers might know what tab equipment is. That's IBM punch cards, sorters, counting machines, things like that. And what you did with these accounting machines, they had these big boards, and the boards had a bunch of holes in them, and you plugged wires in them, and in effect you program. And then the second half of the class was actually into programming. The school had a computer called a Monrobot 11. It was about the size of a big desk, and the storage on it, I don't know, I'm going to guess was about 8. It was pretty small. And the way you put your program into the computer, you sat down to this machine, and it was this long strip of paper, and you punch in machine language, so it's all numbers. You had to identify your registers, where your decisions are going to go to and all that. And you also had to be careful about not making the program too big because, like I said, the computer wasn't that big. But anyway, you punch it onto this paper tape, and then you take the tape and you glue the 2 ends together. And then so now you have a loop, and you go hang that on the Monrobot and push this button, and your program loads in. A little different than the way it is today. So now, was I a good student? Well, like I said, I didn't grow up with computers. It was kind of cool, computers and stuff, but no, I wasn't a good student. However, I did receive some motivation which did help me to kind of turn it around for me and be a good student. And again, I'm going to tell you about that motivation. And again, don't stop me if you've heard this. Dr. Furr, I assume most of you have had a chance to meet Dr. Furr, but anyway, in '64, so I'm going to class. The class would start at 8:30 in the morning. It was lecture in the morning, break for lunch, and then the afternoon was lab. So 5 days a week, I'm getting up, going to school. And one day, I'm getting ready to go to school, and one of my good friends, he's getting ready to pull the transmission out of his car and put a new clutch in. And he says, "Hey, Mike, you want to help me with this?" And so I'm weighing, well, let's see, go to school, and I like working on cars, go to school or help my buddy Bob put a clutch in, and I'm thinking, yeah, I can miss one day, won't make a big deal. So I'm under there, we're pulling the transmission out, and my friend Bob says, "Hey, Mike, that old guy from the school just pulled up, and he's looking for you." And I said, "Uh-oh, don't tell him I'm under here." That old guy was Dr. Furr. I said, "Don't tell him I'm under here." And about that time, he comes up, "Mike." And so I got out from underneath the car and said, "Hi, Mr. Furr, what brings you here?" And he says, "You should be in school." And I said, "Well, yeah, but I can probably miss one day." And he says, "Mike, look, you paid," now listen to this, $800 to go to school here. Is that kind of what you all paid? Pretty close. And looking at your grades, you can't even afford to miss 1 hour of school. So that motivated me to, do the right thing, and I never missed another day of class. Now, graduation, 120 of you here today. In my class, I told you we started out with 8. We had 1 person graduating, me. So graduation ceremony was Dr. Furr handed me a certificate. They didn't do degrees in those days. Handed me a certificate and said, "Here's the name of 2 places that are looking for programmers. Go get a job." And that was graduation. So the first place I went to was the San Diego County Credit Union. They were looking for somebody to develop, they had some rudimentary programming set up for their ledgers and stuff like that, and they need somebody to expand it into other credit unions, and they hired me. And from there I moved on to UCSD Medical Center and had a great career there. And I will tell you something, let me contrast a couple things. I'm also a graduate of San Diego State. Here's what Coleman College did for me. It taught me the fundamentals so I'm employable, so I can get a job. And that's what Coleman did for me. What San Diego State did for me is it gives you a more well-rounded education, and it helped me to move up through the ranks at UCSD, and so I had a great career. So education's pretty darn important. Take it seriously. It will pay off. Let me turn the page here because I don't want to forget anything. Now, what you have learned here, is it relevant to today's market? I can only speak from experience. I have hired Coleman graduates, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s. I retired in 2005, but up to then I was hiring, along with other students, Coleman College graduates. Every one of them, the Coleman students, to a man that I hired, was successful, and they were successful. Are they smarter? I don't know, you might be, but the real key is you are much better prepared than anybody else that I ever interviewed. So that is a real tribute, not only to the college, but to you. You're going to have success in the field. Now, many of you in going to school here have support from your parents, from friends, from wives, spouses, things like that, and they support you both emotionally and financially. And you owe them a debt of gratitude to that because, school's pretty tough. So let's do something. All of the graduates, stand up for a moment, please. Stand up, the graduates, stand up. Graduates, come on, all of you, stand up. Turn around and give a big hand to all the support staff. So, in closing, you can be seated. Let me wait for this to finish. Shouldn't last that long. Okay. You've worked very hard to earn your degree, and you now have a valuable skill set. You're now equipped to go out and achieve any and all goals. So my challenge to you is set those goals very high. Thank you very much.
We'll now have our valedictorian speaker, Mr. Matthew Keene from the College of Information Sciences.
Hello, everyone. All right, y'all can hear me in the back. Good. I wanted to say thank you to Coleman administration, faculty, and guests for coming here today. I would also like to thank my family and friends for all their support. I'm honored to be here to speak with you all. I wanted to start by telling you a little bit about myself. When I was younger, I wasn't a real studious person. In fact, if you knew me then, you probably wouldn't expect this kind of achievement from me. But there's one thing my parents always told me, and that was I could do anything I put my mind to. But they never told me how long it would take. Because the truth is, I've been playing the lottery for a while now. At that point in my life, I really wasn't doing anything, just bouncing from job to job. I needed a new direction. So I followed in my father's footsteps and joined the Navy. In my time of service, I found something inside, something I didn't know was there. That something was a sense of pride, taking pride in my work and in myself. Now, pride is often viewed in a negative way, as pride can be confused with and lead to arrogance. But the truth is, pride is a tool and a value, a tool that can be used to allow us to strive for a better future, and a value to allow us to become a better person. That pride allowed me to be here today. Well, the pride, and I'm not going to say any names, but a slight fear of somebody's cane. When I started this vigorous program, I quickly learned that time management was essential, sleep was optional, and my neighbor's car alarm could eventually lead me to insanity. As time passed, days became weeks, weeks became months, months became 1 year, 5 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and I don't know what time it is, but plus or minus 12 hours. While attending Coleman University, I realized that I was lucky. I was lucky that I only had to focus on school. Some of the graduates here today had to go to work and support their family, all while attending school. Now that is an accomplishment that you should take great pride in. I speak of pride today because today marks the day that everyone should be proud. The class should be proud of themselves, and you all should be proud of them. As this accomplishment is a milestone for the rest of our lives, there will be many more to follow. As the knowledge we've gained here today is the checkpoint in this game of life, it will help us achieve the final win condition of success, so that when we look at the credits of our lives, we can see all those who've helped us in the development of our lives. Thank you all, and congratulations, class October 2014.
We'll now have our faculty speaker, Mr. Bill Reed, who's the Dean of the College of Computer Networks.
Colemanites, how you guys doing? No, you're supposed to say just ducky. All right. Good morning, faculty, graduates, families of those graduates, friends of those graduates. Welcome to Coleman Fall 2014 graduation ceremony. This is not my comfort zone. I don't stand behind a podium. I like to walk amongst my students sit amongst my students, etc. So I'm restrained here. I was told I had to keep it short, 10 minutes, all right? Because as most of you know, I live at Coleman, but I forgot to make my bed this morning. So I need to go back there and make it. All right, so I'll keep it nice and short. A lot of speeches start out with saying, you finally made it, you finally got here. But why are you here? Well, if you think back to the 60s and 70s, the benchmark was that high school diploma, all right? Only people that really went to college were those who wanted those white-collar professional jobs. So the high school diploma was good. And as more and more people decided they needed one, then those GED places got up. In the 80s and 90s, it became more of the bachelor's degree. If you want the bachelor's degree, all right, that was wanted by employers because they wanted those people who had commitment. If you sat it out for 4 years, that demonstrated you had that commitment, all right? They wanted those people who could learn, and you demonstrated that. So for all of you with those associates and bachelor's degrees, I hope you associates have gotten that taste and have decided sooner or later, if you haven't yet, to keep on going. For those with the bachelor's degrees, we're going to start seeing in the 21st century the bar is going to be raised even higher, all right? And people are going to want more and more of those people who have those master's degrees, all right? Because that demonstrates that you can not only think, but you can come up with those new ideas and apply those new ideas to your field of study. All right, so this is a day of thank yous and congratulations. Congratulations to the graduates. All right, thank you to all of the families and friends who put up with those lonely hours because they had to read and they had to do homework. Thank you to the veterans who took that opportunity to come back and get that education. All right. Thank you, all graduates, for adding to the field of knowledge, all right, adding to the number of personnel in your fields who are knowledgeable in those fields. Thank you to my international students who've let me sit amongst you, teach you, all right? And again, congratulations to all of you, and hope to see you around.
Hello, everyone. Hello, graduates. Let me see your smiles. I told you to smile. Okay, I see 2 smiles. We need 120 smiles. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me see your teeth. Ah, come on. Some of you did it, some of you didn't. So before I go on and read the honors students today, I want to take this time and recognize our veteran population. We have a large veteran population at Coleman University, as well as faculty and staff. So I ask all veterans to please rise. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. You may have a seat. So I'm here today to present to you our honors in this graduating class. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read off your name. If you could please stand and make your way to my left to the stage. Right onto the stairs, we're going to provide you a gold cord. The cord represents your honor status as this graduating class. Those of you who will be receiving an honor cord, that's due to your GPA attainment. So I congratulate you for that. So students earning a 3.8 GPA or higher will be called up on stage. And I'd like to begin with Jeremiah Barrera. Stephen Graham. Are my honor students hiding today? Matthew Keene, if you could please come up and receive your honor cord. Chaz Knox. Mr. Paul Brooks. Mr. Carlos Gonzalez. Miss Bianca Hernandez. Mr. Maximilian Kutozov. Thomas Morningstar. You can make your way, exit to the right. Stage right. Mr. Michael Kimpo. Tanachaya Jiraan. Miss Arangrang Taylor. And Mr. Freddie Lopez. Congratulations, our honors students, for this graduating class. Freddie, if you could please remain on stage. Congratulations. I will next like to call upon our honors for the National Technical Honor Society. We have 3 students to be honored today. Mr. Freddie Lopez, already on stage. Thank you, Freddie. Mr. Chaz Knox. I'm making these students walk up here again, huh? And Mr. Maximilian Kuzotov. Being a member of the National Technical Honor Society is a great achievement. You not only need to meet a GPA requirement of 3.8 or higher, but you also need faculty letters of recommendation, as well as community service and the commitment to serve your community, whether it be your campus community or your outside community. So it's a great, great achievement for these 3 students today. Thank you.
Now what you've all been waiting for, we're going to call the graduates forward to receive their diploma. Just encourage all of you and your favorite graduates up here, get up as close as you want to take photos.
I just want to remind all students that you will be coming in my left on stage, exiting the right. Okay? Thank you.
Testing, testing, there we go. Welcome, family, friends, faculty, and of course, graduates. I now have the pleasure of calling our graduates' names so they can receive their diplomas. I'm going to begin with the Associates of Science degrees for the College of Information Sciences. Christopher Hirsch. Samantha Hirsch. Chris Garwick. Chaz Knox.
Getting your workout in, Chaz.
Ruben Magana. Andre Porter. Jason Quiros. Hey, another one of my students. Juan Acosta. Oh, now we're on networking. And now for the Associates of Science degrees from the College of Computer Networks. Jorge Lirio. Billy Martin. Kevin Baum. John Degursky. Alfredo Salazar Jr. Napoleon Diaz. Christopher Sims. Peng Samuel Yang. Moises Garcia. I know this guy. Lamont Clayton. Domingo Milon Jr. Congrats, man. Matt Gutierrez. Karen Gomez. I'm now going to begin reading the Bachelor's of Science degrees for the College of Information Sciences. Ukiete Barbara Essien. David Haba. Miguel Macias. John Paul Malig. Joseph Cousin. Ray Kraus. Michael Kimpo. Jonathan Lorette. And now for the Bachelor's of Science degrees from the College of Computer Networks. Antonio Pisano. Justin Weatherby. Scott Stefanatz. Michelle Nagy. Paul Brooks. De'Eric Travis. Steven Nunez. Jessica Christina Perez. Danielle Ramona Kendall. Daniel Cortez. I'm now going to read the Bachelor's of Science from the College of Information Sciences for our video game development. John Ratliff. Thomas Morningstar. Zachary King. Josh Otto. Blake Zeckler. Luis Ramirez. Going to begin reading the Bachelor's of Science from the College of Computer Networks. David Wise. Christopher Rodriguez. Kara Baracco. Nathaniel John Ferris Jr. Anthony Ray Vaccaro. I Heart Bill Reed. Receiving the dual bachelors, Michael Weaver. Maximilian Kutuzov. Receiving a dual bachelor's degree, Carlos Gonzalez. Receiving a dual bachelor's, Thomas Green III. Tranquilino Delgadillo. Wilbert Rhodes. And now receiving the Bachelor's of Science in Web Media Design, Freddy Lopez Geminiano. Bianca Hernandez. Annalie Tapania. And now for our Masters of Science in Information Systems Management, Mohammed Rizwan Akhter. Bhavna Munshi. Sonal Jain. Revati Parantaman. Sri Lakshmi Yelapantula. Hemant Mopa. Bhargav Itakota. Mohammed Palas. Parveen Kumar. Wasim Feroz. Shrikant Pinrotula. Ketan Kumar. Ankit Sheth. Karthik Doka. Adewale Okawale. Yakub Bello. Abdelhamid Badrelin. Tosin Abioye. Botros Yaheb. Basil Jew. Serge Nepi. How you doing, Nancy? Ampansri Pintet. I know Nancy. Nancy Anderson. Here's my 3 years ago. Nancy Anderson Metz. Manut Budula. You guys are all Now I will be reading our Masters of Business Administration. Maya Abada. Micha Hershkovitz. Sophia Lowenstein. Sukyoung Kim. Hoyoung Lee. Kevin Gatere. Victoria Georgieva. Ali Shaheen. Mohammed Karali. Zineb El Qadi. Mohammed Sani. Ahmed Ismail. Olga Briasheva. Mohammed Garel. Michael Andraus. Mohammed Zafar. Elliot Bote. Gigi Tanachaya Cheron. Wararat Latanya. Arungun Taylor. Siwali Chen Cherenrong. Nantani Ayarak. And now for our Masters of Business Administration in Healthcare Management, Ishmael Al-Hawaitat. Daisy Varghese. Mir Nawaz Karim. Shanti Krishnan. Annette Suzanne Aritonang. Stella Miner. Daryl Tongalag. Lupanch Gupta. Amit Gupta. Naga Sravani Patibandla. Luba Basin.
Could I get all the graduates back in your seats, please? I guess it's not going to happen. They're all over. Okay, could I have all the graduates stand to confer their degrees? Okay. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Coleman University, our accrediting bodies in the state of California, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate degree with all the honors and privileges which apply. It's official. Could you all please stand for the academic recession?